Welcome back, guys. AnimeScale here, and today we have some One Piece for you. We're going to be ranking the worst generation, or the supernovas, depending on how you want to call them, from weakest to strongest. Now, for those who don't know, the supernova is a group of 11 individuals that arrived at Sabaody before the Summit War and had bounties over 1 million berries on their head at the time. Blackbeard was once a part of this group, but he no longer is. He's a Yonko now. But I decided to include him anyway. Now this video is going to contain manga spoilers since we have 6 supernovas fighting in Onigashima now. So if you're not caught up on the manga and don't want spoilers, click off this video and come back later. Now, without further ado, let's start with the list. At the very bottom, I have BONNEY. Based on the information shown to us since her introduction in Sabaody, BONNEY appears to be the weakest supernova. While she owns a very interesting and currently nameless devil fruit, which allows her to make herself and other people grow older or younger at her command, it is never hinted or shown to be truly remarkable from a strength perspective. On paper, this is a very interesting ability, but we haven't really seen her use it in an impressive manner outside of non-canon material like Stampede, where she's shown turning Marines into children. She hasn't got a great quantity of Aki either, considering that Blackbeard deserted her after capturing her, telling her that she wasn't strong enough to be a member of his crew, and Teach has a knack of sensing Aki in people. She could become a lot stronger as the series goes on, but for now, BONNEY is the weakest supernova. Apu is a very fun character, but sadly he has to be just before the very bottom in the supernova ranking. His devil fruit allows him to make his body parts transform into musical instruments and create sonic blasts from them. The sonic blasts he makes have been shown to have impressive offensive power, but ultimately they can't really harm you if you have your ears covered, which makes his devil fruit ability easily counterable. He so far has been on a losing streak in Onigashima, with everyone from Kid to ZORO bullying him. But after being hit by most of the other supernovas, he's still standing and currently fighting the CP0 agents, so we can say Apu has very high durability going for him. His Aki proficiency hasn't also been shown to be anything above average, so for now, I have Apu amongst the weakest supernovas. Capone's true strength lies with his very devoted men who believe in and follow him. His fruit allows him to become a fortress that can house numerous items from things to people. While inside his fortress, people or objects inside are not affected by things happening outside, and this allows him to easily move his men freely during dangerous times. He also has quite the amount of durability with feats such as tanking attacks from Big Mom in his ultimate state known as Big Father. Besides the great defensive capabilities shown in Whole Cake, we don't really know what Capone is capable of when he goes all out, since he hasn't really had a serious 1v1. So for now, I'll put him at the Yonko officer level. Moving on with Hawkins, this guy has the ability to predict the future by reading cards as well as use a person's life force as protection in such a way that whenever you attack him, it attacks them instead. Hawkins is a man who very much believes in his predictions and always tries to work tactically based on his readings. As impressive as his powers sound, he easily got defeated by Killer and hasn't shown any other particular power-up or Aki development, so I can't put him any higher. X-Drake was a member of Kaido's Toppiroppo and an undercover marine agent working for Sword, as well as an ancient Zoan Devil Fruit user. His Devil Fruit allows him to transform into a fully fledged Allosaurus, or a hybrid of it. He's a good user of armament haki as well as observation haki. He was responsible for capturing Caribou and bringing him to Wano, able to easily take down a number alongside Luffy, and even though a member of CP0 would later take him down, it wasn't easy because he went on to acknowledge Drake's strength. So all in all, Drake is a very strong supernova, but not strong enough to be considered on par with a Yonko commander, such as Cracker or Queen, for instance. Who managed to defeat a Yonko commander is Arouge. This guy defeated Snack, a Sweet commander, which is insane. Being able to beat a Sweet commander and survive Cracker's onslaught says a lot about his strength and his endurance. So Arouge is Yonko commander level, and let's move on. I used to think that Killer wasn't all that strong, but after the rooftop fight, I'd had to put him at least at the Yonko commander level. After he happened to eat a smile fruit, which made him unstable for the first part of Wano, he was still able to cause damage to Zoro. Later on, in the rooftop battle against Kaido and Big Mom, he was able to use his scythe to damage Kaido. And just the fact that he was able to keep up in such a high-level fight says a lot about his power level. As further proof, in chapter, I believe, 1029, we see him outsmarting and easily defeating Hawkins. Killer was way more agile and powerful and easily negated all of Hawkins' attacks. Killer was one of the supernovas that exceeded my expectations the most in this arc, definitely earning a high place on this list. Kid has incredibly high potential. He's a Conqueror's Haki user. He's mastering his Devil Fruit. He recently showed his awakening against Big Mom. He also has insane durability as he's still standing after being hit by Big Mom, and also Hawkins, who was using his body as a shield against Killer. So Kid is becoming really strong. But in all honesty, he still doesn't have the feats to put him on par with people like Yamato, Zoro, and Luffy, who are all using advanced Conqueror's Haki, or even Law, whose attacks seem to have damaged Big Mom a lot more than Kid's attacks did. He doesn't have advanced armament Haki since he was astonished when he first saw Luffy's Red Rock against Kaido, doesn't have advanced observation as far as I'm aware, and doesn't show the slightest use of advanced Conquerors. So Kid has the cards to become one of the strongest characters in One Piece, and he will likely become stronger during his fight against Big Mom, but for now he barely enters the Yonko First Mate tier. Law has become an integral part of One Piece ever since the Straw Hats ventured into the New World, and while his personality and character arc has been great, one of the reasons he's been so revered by fans is his incredible ability and resourcefulness. Law has jumped from being afraid of facing a warlord to going head-on against Big Mom. He's a lot more confident, he spams his abilities a lot more than before, everything from Gamma Knife, Counter Shock, Injection Shock. You see him using his abilities a lot more frequently. On the rooftop, he was able to save not only Luffy, but also Zoro, and in his current battle alongside Kid against Big Mom, he has shown his awakening and made Big Mom bleed, a feat that few people in the One Piece world would be able to pull off. Zoro has always been strong, but his current feats are honestly just incredibly insane. He learned Kinemon's sword technique and used it to cut Prometheus in half, damaged Kaido multiple times, tanked a combined attack from two Yonkos, and even managed to leave a scar on Kaido using 9 sword-style Asura, unconsciously coating the attack with Conqueror's Haki. Even with all the damage he got from the rooftop battle, he was brought back to fighting shape and went on to beat King, who happens to be Kaido's right-hand man. And he did so while subconsciously fusing advanced Conqueror's Haki into his attacks, and taming Enma, one of the strongest swords in the One Piece world. So once Zoro will finally master Enma and Conqueror's coating, I feel he'll be able to fight against an admiral on his own. Luffy is currently fighting Kaido's hybrid form in his base form. He learnt advanced observation Haki while fighting Katakuri for hours, learnt advanced armament Haki from Yogoro, and now discovered a way to infuse his attacks with Conqueror's Haki, which has so far been giving Kaido a lot of trouble. So Luffy has the whole package now. He's mastering all types of Haki. In the most recent chapter, Kaido acknowledged his strength, even saying that it's been a long time since he was challenged in a serious 1v1 like this. So, by the end of Wano, Luffy will most likely become a Yonko, taking Kaido's place. The only thing I want to point out here is that Luffy can seriously damage a Yonko-level opponent now, and has the power output that only the strongest characters in One Piece have with Conqueror's coating, but doesn't have the same stamina of admirals like Aokiji and Akainu, who fought for 11 days straight, or Kaido's stamina, who has been fighting against the 9 red scabbards, the worst generation, his son Yamato, and now again Luffy. So in terms of power, Luffy is there, but he will somehow have to become either a lot more powerful to defeat such strong characters before running out of stamina, or increase his stamina somehow, which for now is just staying in base form with the Gear 4th variant as his last card to play. And at number 1, Blackbeard. Strongest Logia fruit. Strongest Parmesia, he certainly has all types of Haki, and is probably great at using them since he was maybe the first person to mention a term in the story and can sense it very well. He currently has multiple pirate fleets under him, defeated and made the remaining Whitebeard pirates disband with the aid of his men. This isn't even the end of it, because Blackbeard is currently a Yonko with a bounty of over 2 billion, and with his own territory in the New World. With all this, it is clear that Blackbeard is currently the strongest supernova, and probably the most dangerous man alive. That's it for this list, guys. Leave your thoughts in the comments section and subscribe for more One Piece content. This is all for now. AnimeScale out. Bye.